I'm the director of this production, and it has been my privilege to work with the actors you're about to see the last 4.5 months or so. And it has been one of the best experiences of my life. It's been truly astounding to work with them. I'm just going to give a few heads-up points. Health and safety. No plan fire drills, so if it goes off, get out. Doors there, and there's one at the back. The doors will not, so it won't be any trouble. The interval, there was flashing lights and loud noises during the production, just warnings. The interval will be 15 minutes. The professionals will be out there. Yeah, the proceeds, all the proceeds above expenses are going to the charity Mind. We're just under brief vulnerable, and we think we've made around £700 from this production over the last 3 nights, which has been absolutely incredible, and we're all on the bit for it, and it's a great charity, so thank you all for paying entry and making whatever you can. It's really great, thank you all. A few other points. We just have to say thanks to James Dodgson, the university, who did a whole lot for advertising and getting the programme into the making sure we had all the facilities we needed. Graham Ackman and Beth Cooney helping me out with directing and organising this production. It's been a great help to have them. Kingsway Performance Arts Tech team who helped us out with lights and setting up sound systems. And Chester Costume House who gave us the wonderful costumes we're going to see at a massive discount, which has been great of them to do. So all that remains to say is enjoy the production, hope you have a wonderful time, and turn your phones off.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Speak to the king the knowledge of the broil, as far as leave it.
Doubtful it stood as 2 spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald from the western isles of currents and galley glasses supplied, and fortune with damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's hawk. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minion, carved out his passage until he faced the slave, which never shook hands with him nor bade farewell to him, until he seamed him from the nave to the chops and placed his head upon our battlements.
Stallion cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had, like valor armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lords, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed is not our captives, but bear from banquet.
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, I must report that they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or imagine another gossip. I cannot tell. But I am faint, my gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honour both. Go and get some surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Fay of Ross.
What haste looks through his eyes? So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
Where came that worthy Fay?
From Fife.
great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till brave Macbeth lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparison, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory found us.
Great happiness!
That now Sweden, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men till he disbursed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that famed Cawdor shall receive our bosom interest. Go and pronounce his death, and with the former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, no Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
Sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Ere thee which the unfed remnant cried. Her husband to a leper's gone, the master of the tiger. But like a sieve I'll hit a sail, and like a rat without a tail. I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind, thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself of all the other, in the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know, and the shipman's card are drinking dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day, hang upon his penthouse lid, he shall love a man for me. Weary night 7 times 9, he shall dwindle, peak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have. Show me, show me. Pants, thumb, wrapped his from when he did
Drop! Macbeth hath come.
The brave sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9.
Peace.
The charm's wound up.
So fair and foul the day I have not seen.
How far is it called to Fours? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you, or are you all that man may question?
Well, you seem to understand me, by each at once laying her skinny finger upon her choppy lips. You should be women, yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, that shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that which outwardly ye show? To my noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope that he seems wrapped with all. But to me ye speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favour nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail!
Less of the Macbeth and great.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By my father's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. And to be kings, that's not within the prospect of belief. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into
the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath in the wind. But they stayed.
Such things here as we do speak about? Or have we seen on the insane group which takes reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, is it not so?
The self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king has happily received Macbeth, the news of their success. As quick as the tale came post with post, and everyone did bear their praises in his kingdom's great defence and pull them down before him.
We are sent to give thee our royal master's thanks, only to herald thee into his sights, not to pay thee.
For an earnest of greater honour he bade me from him, called the Thane of Cawdor, in which addition hail most worthy fame, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
The Thane lives yet, but and the heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis. And the Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. I thanks for your pains. Do you now know which your children shall be kings, when those that promised Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you to the throne, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truth. Win us with honest trifles, betray, in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told. This happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why then do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth fix my head and make my seated heart knock against my ribs, against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but fantastical, shakes all my single state of mind. Function is smoother in some ways. Nothing is but what is not.
Look, that was wrapped.
If chance will have me crowned king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
New honours come upon him like our strange garments, cleave not to their mould, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest days.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Come, kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us towards the king. Think upon what hath chanced now. Have more time, the interim having read. Let us speak our free house with each other.
Very gladly.
Come, friends.
Is execution on Cawdor done? Or not was in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, and who said that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There was no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude, even now, was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that the swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. I would thou hadst less deserved, that the proportion both of payment and of thanks might have been mine. Only I have left to say that more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and loyalty I owe in doing in case itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, Children and servants, all would do what they should by doing everything safe to watch over them.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will continue to make thee full of growing. And the noble Banquo, that have done no less nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys. Wanton in fullness seek to hide themselves within these drops of sorrow. Son, kinsman, thanes, and you who are the nearest, know that we shall establish our estate. For our eldest, Malcolm, whom we hereafter name the Prince of Cumberland, which honour must not invest him only, but signs of nobleness shall shine like stars upon all deservers. From hence to Inverness to find us further to you.
The rest is labour which is not used for you. I'll myself be the harbinger and make judge for the healing of my wife at your approach. So humbly, take my leave.
My worthy corner.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down. Or else, hopefully, falling my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
True, true, noble Banquo. He is so full valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Come, let us ask him whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. As I stood wrapped in the wonder of it came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, Hail, King, that shall be. This I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst strongly win. Thou'dst have great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical age doth seem to have thee crowned with all. What are your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were it so would have informed for preparation?
So please, your madam, it is true. One of my men had to speak with him, who scarcely dared for breath, and barely enough to contemplate by this message.
If intending, he brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my utterance. Come, spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood,
Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, night, and call thee in the dullest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold.
My dearest love.
Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater them both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present. I feel now the future in the instant.
Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence,
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Face, my thing, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. There welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
Who will speak first?
Only look up, clear, to alter favour, ever Sophia. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommend itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple haunting Martin, by his loved masonry, does approve that heaven's breath smells wooingly here. Where they most breathe upon, I have observed, the air is delicate.
See our honoured hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which we still thank as love. Herein I teach how we should bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your troubles.
All our service in every point, twice done and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honours, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where is the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, as sharp as his spur, hath holpen him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Our servants ever have theirs, themselves, and what is theirs in count, to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return their errand.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my post. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done, well, 'tis done. Then to best it were done quickly. And if the assassination could trammel the consequence, and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here, upon this spanking shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these circumstances, we still have judgment here that we would teach bloody instruction, which, being taught, returns to plague the event. This even-handed justice commends ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our owners. His hearing double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and subject, strong both against the deed, and then as his host, who should, against the murderer, shoot the dog, not better than I myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his tale. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast. Oh, heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the deed into every eye, and tears drown the wind. I have no spur to break the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls upon you. How now? What news?
He's almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Maybe not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? Letting, I dare not wait upon, I would, like the poor cat at the adage.
Keep peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is known.
What beast was then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness does unmake you. I have given suck. And know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while you were smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless cup and dashed the brains out! And I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine wassail, so convinced that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a few, and the receipt of reason a limbic only. When in the swinish sleep their drench of nature's lies in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy offices, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children, on, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but more. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, and used their very daggers? They have done it.
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporalage into his terrible feet. Away, and mock the time with fair show. False face must hide the false heart.
Please notice your phone's battery is low.
What goes tonight, boy?
Moon is down. I am not at the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it as late as soon.
Typically, there's husbandry in heaven. Candles are all out. Taking that too. Heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the curse of thoughts that nature gives way to, in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What's that? Not yet at rest. The king's abed. You have been an unusual pleasure, and set forth great largeness to your offices. This diamond he greets your wife, Lord, in the name of most kind hostess, and shuts up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became servant to defect, which I should free have brought.
All's well. I dreamed last night of the three great sisters. To you, they've shown some truth.
I think none of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend some words upon that business, if you should grant.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, please, you shall make one of you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it. Keep my bosom franchise and allegiance claim. I shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. Life to you.
Go read there, mistress. When my drink is ready, she's straight upon the bed. Get thee to bed. Is this the dagger which I see before me? Handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not. Yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible feeling? Is the sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressive brain? See thee yet. In form as palpable as this, which now I draw. Thou marshals me the way that I was going. Such an instrument I was to use. Mine I made the fool of you in the senses. Or else, worth all the rest. See thee still. And on thy blade touching gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs this to my eyes. Now, over the one-half world, nature seems dead. Wicked dreams abuse the curtain sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel wolf, whose howl his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarkin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. How sure and firm set thou fear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my present whereabout and take the good horror from the time, which now suits with it. Whilst I threat, he lives. Whilst the leader deeds too cold of I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Heed it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven, or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked. The fatal bell which gives us stands command. He is about it. The doors are open and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets. That nature and death do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Alas, I'm afraid they've awaited and 'tis not done. The attempt to knock the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband?
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
Has I descended?
Aye.
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Malcolm.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in sleep, and one cried, murder, that they did wake each other. Stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers again and addressed them to sleep.
Where our two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. As they had seen me with his hand on hands, listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care. Death of each day's life. Saw labour's bath, armed to hurt minds. Great nature's second course and chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still he cried, sleep no more! To the whole house! Glamis does murder sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, my worthy fame, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, fetch some water and clean this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from your place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Till once again I dare not.
Burn of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is with me when every noise appalls me? And what hands are here? They do pluck out mine eyes. But will all great Neptune's oceans not wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas in Canada, making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, but I shame to wear a heart so light. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chambers, a little water clears us of this deed. How easy is death. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so fully in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not to know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Here's the knocking indeed. If A man or potter of Hellgate, he should have always turned the key.
Knock, knock! Who's there in the name of Beelzebub?
Faith!
Faith, here's a farmer who hanged himself on expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins and all about you. Here, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock! Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator who could swear on both the scales and tie the scale, who committed treason enough, for God's sake, but could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Faith, here's an English tailor, come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor, here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Never quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I will double quarter it, no further. I had thought of innocent of all professions that go the criminal's way to the everlasting bonfire. No, I pray you. Remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Please, sir, we were carousing till the second cock. And drink, sir. It is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marriage, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lecture, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, which takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with sleep. It makes him and it mars him, sets him on, sets him off. Makes him stand to, and not stand to. It equivocates him in sleep, and then giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
In the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, though he took up my legs some time, I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Oh, knocking's away till here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both. Is the king stirring with today?
Not yet.
Did you command me to hold time upon him? I'm going to slip the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know it is a great trouble to you, but against his one.
Then ever we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I shall make so bold to call you, for it is my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys will blow down, and, as they say, lamenting's heard in the air. Some say it was fibrous and did shake.
That was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror, horror, horror. Tongue, no heart cannot conceive no anything.
Well, what's the matter?
Confucian now made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder broke up the multi-wicked temple and stolen thence the life of the building.
What is you say the life?
He knew his majesty.
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See him and speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm! Banquo! Shake up, you stand sleep. Just comfort. Look upon death itself. Up! Up and see this great dome's image! As if from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak!
Gentle lady, stop you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh my God, our royal master's murder.
Oh, alas, not in our house. To who, anywhere? Dear Job, I pray thee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
And I would die an hour before this chance, and I have lived a blessed time. For now, there is nothing serious in mortality, all is but toys. Renown and grace is dead, the wine of life is drawn, and real ease is left this false brow.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped. Your royal father's murder.
Oh. By whom?
Those first chambers, it seemed, have done it. Their hands and faces badged with blood, as were their daggers, which we found on their pillows. They stared and distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No one. The expedition of my violent love outran the porter of reason. Here lay drunken, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. And there the murderers, steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to live, and in that heart courage to make love's known?
Help me hands up!
Look to the lady!
When we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to no further. Fear and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against this undivulged pretense I fight. His choose no smiles.
And so do I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
What will I do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is the office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
Threescore and ten I can remember well, within the volume of which I have seen things strange and hours dreadful, but this is a night I have tried for former knowings.
My good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act threatens this bloody stage. Why the clock is day, and yet dark night strangles the travelling lamp. Is it night's predominance, or the day's shade that darkness does the face of earth and tomb, when living night should kiss it?
It is unnatural, even as the deed is done. On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her private place was, by a mousing owl, hooked at and killed.
And then comes horses, a thing most strange and certain. Beautiful and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broad their stalls, flamed out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind.
Said they ate each other.
Or they did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macbeth. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you know.
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Does the Macbeth was slain?
That's the day. What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm, the king's only son, has stolen away blood to England, which puts upon him suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will ravin of their own life means. But then it is most likely sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scotland to be invested.
Why is then man's body?
Carried to Column, sacred storehouses, predecessors of the guardian of their bones.
Would you to school?
No, cousin, not to fight.
Well, I will thither.
May you see things well done there, as the old road sit easier than on you.
Farewell, father.
Good medicine go with you, and with those that which make good of bad and friend of foe.
How has it now? Kingship. Arms. All as these weird sisters promised. And I fear thou playest most foully forward. For it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and mother of many kings. If there comes true from them, as upon Macbeth, their speeches shine wide. By the verities of being made good, should they not be my oracles as well? Hold me up in hope. Push no more.
is our chief guest.
She had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me to which my duties are with an indissoluble tie forever near.
I do this afternoon.
I, my lord.
We should of course desire your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in the day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is fire right?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Could not my horse the better, I must become the borrower of the night for a dark hour, or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousin is bestowed in England, or in London, or confessing his cruel parricide and filling his ears with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving his journey. Feed your horse, adieu, to return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord, our time just called upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot. And so, I do commend you to their baths. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night, to make society this sweet welcome. Ourselves will keep till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Ten euros made out pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears and hopes stick deep. In her royalty of nature reigns that which will be feared. 'Tis but she dares. To that dauntless temper of her mind she hath wisdom, doth guide her power to love and save. There is none but her whose being I can feel. And under her, my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. She chid the weird sisters when they first put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to her. Then, prophet-like, they hailed her, mother to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed the fruitless crown, put her barren sceptre in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand. No son of mine succeeding. If be so, for Banquo's issue I have fouled my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan I have murdered, but rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them, and my eternal jewel given to the common enemy of mine, to make them kings. The seeds of Banquo kings, rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the eternals. Now, go to the dogs there to recall. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please, Your Highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? And note that it was she, in the times past, that held you so before you, which you thought had been our innocent son. This I make good to you in our last conference, past in probation with you, how you were born at hand, how crossed the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else, like to half a soul and an ocean plays the same, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and go further, which is now our point of second. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good woman and her issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and begged you as friend?
We are men, my liege.
In the colour of evil, as hounds, greyhounds, spaniels, curs, chuffs, waterlooks, and demerals, yclept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, slow, supple, the housekeeper, the hunter, and so of men. Now, if you have a station in the farm, not in the worst rank of manhood, sit. And I will put that business in your bosom whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and number wills who, in her life, were without health sick with which, in her death will die.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the law hath so incensed I am reckless what I do despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters took with fortune that I would set my entire life on any chance to mend it, to be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo's enemy, true my lord. So she is mine. I know I could with barefaced power sweep out from my sight, bid my will about it, yet I must not. Certain friends, both hers and mine, who is loose I must not from. Will her fall when myself struck down. And thence it is I to your assistance I do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our
Let our
lives
spirits shine through you. Upon this hour at most, I'll advise you where to pack yourselves. The perfect spy at the time. The moment on thought must be done tonight. Something from the castle too. I was thought that I required Cleves. And with her, to leave no roots or blotches in the work, Fleon's her son who keeps her company, whose absence to me is no less material than his mother's. Must also embrace the fate of God. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll follow by you straight.
we are resolved, my lord.
If I give in, I'll call to you anon. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it outside.
I must return to get life. Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words. What's had? All spent where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in life and joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Sorriest fancies your companions making. Using those thoughts which should have indeed died with them they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched this stake, I'll kill me. She'll close, and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her faunt. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, we will eat our meal in fear. And sleep in the infliction of these terrible dreams that shake us now. Let me be with the dead, and we, in our peace self, send to peace, and on the torture of the mind lie in restlessness. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst, nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come, gentle, my lord. Sleep o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among our guests tonight.
So shall I. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present her eminence both with eye and tongue. And safe the while. That we must lave our honours in these flattering streams and make our faces visits to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this!
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. I knowest that Banquo and her fair slaves.
But in them nature's copy, not a turn.
And there's comfort yet. They are his hero. Be then your son. The bat hath flown his cloistered flight. To pale Hecate summons the shy-born beacon with his drowsy hums hath rung at your imperial. It shall be done indeed with dreadful want.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of knowledge, dearest Duke, for thou applauded it. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day with thy bloody and invisible hand. Cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pure. Like thickens, the crow makes wing to the thrucky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rise. Thou marvelst that my words would both me still. Bad things begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid thee come with us?
Macbeth.
It is none of mistrust, since it delivers our office and what we have to do to the direction just.
Stand with us. West yet glimmers with some streaks of day, and now supposed to later travel up east towards the tangled in the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us light there, ho.
Then to she, as the rest are told with enough expectation are already in court.
Almost a mile. She does, so all women do from hence to the palace gate make very well.
The horses go about.
Alas, alas.
Stand to it.
Will it be rain tonight?
Then let it come down!
Treachery! Run, Cleo!
Who did strike out the light?
It's not the way.
There is but one down, the sun is
It's
fled!
off the best half of our affairs.
Let's away and say what's been done.
Now, you know your own degrees. Sit down, and first and last, a hearty welcome. Thank you, Your Majesty. Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps us stay, for in best time we shall require her love.
Pronounce it for me, sir. To all our friends, my heart speaks they are well.
See, they encounter thee with their hands tapped. Both sides are even, here I see it. Be large in mirth, and none will drink of measure to the table round. This.
'Tis Banquo's then.
It is better thing without the she within. Is she dispatched?
And Lord, the throat is caught. That I did for her.
Oh, the best of the throat. He is as good that in the life of flames, if thou didst it down and no bread.
Much royal sir. He almost escaped.
There was my fear. I had else been perfect. All is the rock, as founded as the marble, as broad and general as the casing air, but now I'm cabined, craved, confounded into saucy doubts and fears. Were Bambo safe?
I am a good lord. Safe in a ditch she lies with 20 trenched gashes to her head, the least of that's nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature, that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee God, tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lords, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion, weight and appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Here had we now our country's honour roofed, were but the graced person of our Banco present, whom I may rather challenge for unkindness than pity for his child.
Her absence, sir, lays blame upon her promise. Is it your highness to grace us with your royal company?
The term is full.
His place is reserved, my lord.
Well,
Here, my dear lord. What is it that moves your highness?
which of you has done this?
What, my lord?
Canst not say I did it.
Never shake thy Goliath at me!
Gentlemen, rise, his highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been since his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary, upon a thought he shall shall again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Drink, and regard him not. I am a man.
I am an old one, the devil, one that was like the devil.
Oh, proper stuff! This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's tale at a winter's fire authorised by her granddad. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces when all said you looked on a stool?
Prithee, look, behold the law. How say you? Why, what care I? How can speak? Not too. If our graves and our charnel houses must send those that we must bury back, our monument shall be the moss of kites.
What? Quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw her.
Ah, shame.
Blood hath been shed now. In the olden time, the human statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. Time has been when the brains were out, the man would die and there an end, and now they rise again. With 20 mortal murders on their crowns and pushes from our stool. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, and then I'll sit down. Give me some whack. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Van Gogh, whom we miss, but you are here. To all I thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
Avoid and quit my sight like you are fighting!
Thy bones are marrows. Thy skin is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the Hurkin tiger, or the armed rhinoceros. Take any shape but that, and my firmament shall never tremble. Oh, be alive again, and dare me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then, protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! So, being gone, I am a man again. I pray you stay.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be, and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I owe, when now I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks while mine are blanched with fear?
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once. Good night, and better health attend. A kind good night to you.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot pies, chuffs and rooks brought forth the secret smile of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning.
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great being?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear you by the way, but I will send. There's not a one of them in this house I keep a certain thing. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent to know by the worst means, the very worst, for mine's own good. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wait no more, turning what is tedious is to go. Strange things I have in head, which will to hand, which must be acted, or they may be spun.
The lack of seasonable natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is but the initial fear that once I use. We are yet good indeed.
My former speeches have put hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say, things have been strangely born. Gracious Duncan was pitied in Macbeth. Married, he was dead. And right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot wonder thought how monstrous it were for Malcolm, his beloved son, to kill his gracious father. And fact, how it can grieve Macbeth. Did he not, straight in pious rage, the two delinquents tear, with the slates of drink, the thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, but 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men tonight. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's son under his key, as, and please heaven he shall not, he should know what 'twere to kill father. So should Fleance. But peace, for from broad words, because he felt his presence at the tyrant's feast, by him Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, whom the tyrant holds the due at birth, lives in the English court. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to awake Northumberland, warlike Seward, that by the help of these, him above to ratify the work. We may once again give meat to our tables, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets' bloody knives. Do faithful homes receive free honours, all of which we find for now. By this report hath so exasperate their king, he does prepare for some contempt for them.
Said he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," the cowardly messenger turned me his back and hummed, as we should say, who ruled the day that flogged me with this message.
That well might advise him to caution, hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message to every country. With swift blessing will soon return to this, our suffering country, under a hand of theirs.
Send my present.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge pig whined.
Harpier cries, "'Tis time! 'Tis time!"
Round about the cauldron go, in the poison enter a foe, tethered on a cold stone, days and nights of 31. Sort of bed and sleep and got, boiler burst in the charm pot.
Double! Double! Toil and trouble! Fire burn! And cauldron bubble! Fillet of a belly snake into cauldron boil and bake. Eye of mutant toe of frog, wall of bat and tongue of dog. Adders fork and blind one sting, lizards like an owl swing for a charm of palpable trouble like a help of boil and bubble.
Double!
Double! Toil and trouble! Fire burn! And cauldron bubble!
Scale dragon to the wall, witches must be raw and gold. Off the ground, saucy sharp, roots of hemlock dig the dark. Liver up the speeding dew, court to court to the slips of view. Slip within the roots and clips, nose of token tartar slips. Finger of the bird strangled babe! Disdelivered by a dragon, make it raw, put in slime, and there to attack his children, for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double! Double! Toil and trouble! Fire burn! And cauldron bubble! College with a baboon's blood and then the charm is firm and good! By the breaking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Open locks! Whoever knocks.
Oh no, you secret block in Midnight House. What did she do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess, however you come to know it, though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches even till destruction sicken. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak. Demand.
We'll answer.
Say if thou art the hero of our mouths, or from our masters.
Call him, let me see him.
Pour in foul blood that hath eaten, pen and furrow grease that sweeten. From the murderers give it throw into the flame.
Come high, although thyself and not this deathly show!
Tell me thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Listen to his speech and say thou naught.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough.
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast heard my fear, all right. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another. More potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody bold and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of them will mortal harm Beth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Yet, I'll make sure and still sure and take a bond of fate, that I may live to tell pale-hearted fearing lies in sleep, in spite of thunder. What is
Be
this?
lion-mettled, proud, take no care who chase, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never be vanquished, be until great burning wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
Thou wilt never be! Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root sweet, Bodmin's good. Yet my heart throbs to know one more thing. Tell me, if thou art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more!
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall upon you. Let me know.
Show.
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 Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo down. Thou hair, thou witherbow bound brow is like the first. Third is like the former. Filthy hands, why do you show me this? Fourth, starred eyes, One will line stretch out to the crack of doom. And at the end, the seventh, I'll see no more, and yet the eighth appears. Shows me many more. Horrible sight! Now I see it is true, for the blood-botted Banquo smiles upon them for hurt. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. Why does Macbeth stand so amazingly? Come, sisters. Cheery up his sprites. Cheery up the bad night. I'll show the earth in this.
Where have they gone? Let this pernicious hour stand. I accurse it in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the wheat, sisters?
No, my lord.
Can they not buy you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the airway upon my ride. Damned always that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it that came by?
2 or 3, my lord, but bringing word lift up, it's like twinkling.
Fled to England.
Aye, my lord.
Time. Thou anticipatest my actual exploits. Flighty purpose is never overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very first things of my heart shall be the first things of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. Castle of Macbeth I will surprise, seize upon Fife, put to the edge of the sword his wife, his maids, and all unfortunate souls that place in his line. No boasting like a fool with his steed out and before his purpose could. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
Where had he gone to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, man.
Well, he had none. His flight was madness when our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom, to leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles and a place where he felt his fly. He knows us not, he wants the natural touch. But the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight for a young, sheds the owl. All is fear and nothing is love.
My dear Rascals, I pray you school yourself. For your husband is wise, noble, judicious, best knows the feast of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumour from what we fear, yet none of what we feel but float upon the wild and violent sea each way now. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at once will cease, or else climb upward to where they were before. My pretty cousin, listen upon me.
Father did, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer? To be my disgrace or your discomfort. I take my leave, of course.
Zira, your father's dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean. So do they.
Poor bird, I'll never fit the net nor line. It fall on the gin.
Why should I? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father's not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How will it do for a father?
Nay, what will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
And you'll buy them to son again.
I think I'll do it. Yet, with faith enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
One that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so.
Everyone that does so is a traitor. Must be hanged.
honest, they will be hanged for swearing lie.
Everyone.
Who will hang them?
The honest men.
When the swearers and liars are fools, their swearers and liars enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
God help the poor monkey. How'd that do for your father?
If he were dead, he would weep. If he would not weep, it'd be a good sign I should quickly have a new father.
God, poor papa, how those talks.
Bless thee, fair day. I am not to you known, though in your state of honour I am perfect. 1,000 dangers does approach you nearly. If you'll take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence with your little one. To fright you thus methinks I am too savage, but to do worse to you with too fell cruelty was too nigh your nature. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I know this earthly world. To do harm is often laudable, and to do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up this womanly defence to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope. In a place so unsanctified that thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shag-head fool.
What? You!
No!
Treachery!
He's killing mother.
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal soul, and bestride our downfall birthday. Each new morn, new widow's howl, new orphans cry, new sorrow strike heaven upon the face, as it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of God.
What I believe, I'll well. What no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you say may be so perchance. The tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once fought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, though something you may discern of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a poor innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. The good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I crave your pardon. Whatever you shall be, my thoughts cannot transpose. All angels upright, though the brightest fell, and though all things foul may wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Chance even there, bride, to find my doubts. Why, in that rawness, left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking. But I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonours, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny lay thy bases, sure, for goodness dare not check thee. When have thy wrongs, the title is a fear. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst, with the blank space in the tyrant's grasp, and the riches to boot!
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here, from gracious England, I have offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, then I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword. My country shall have more license than ever before, more supper and more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so crafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth shall seem as white as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned than equals to top Macbeth.
My grants are luxurious, avaricious. false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name, but there's no bottom, none, to my voluptuousness. My mothers, your daughters, your maids, your matrons, could not fill up the cistern of my lust, and my desire with continent impediment overbear all those who did oppose my will. Better than such a one to reign.
They're not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasure to their spacious plenty and yet seem cold. The tiny base of hoodwink be unwilling dames enough.
With this there grows my most ill-composed affection, a stanchless avarice, that I should cut off the noble's fair lands, desire this one's jewels, and this of his house. And my having would be as a source to make me hunger more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, yet do not fear. Scotland have poisons to fill up your will if you be your own. All these are portable with other graces, Wenny.
But I have none. The kingly graces such as perseverance, temperance, stableness, bounty, mercy, lowliness, devotion, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of those. Nay, were I king, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into heaven. Uproar the universal peace. Confound all unity on earth.
Scotland, Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not fit to live. Nation miserable. When shall I see thy wholesome days again? Since that the truest issue of thy throne, by his own interdiction stands accursed, does blaspheme his breed. Your father was the most sainted king. The queen that bore thee up ne'er upon her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Be well. Oh, my breast, I hope sent here.
Brave Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, and reconciled my thoughts to find good honour and truth. Devilish Macbeth hath by many of these traits sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. But God above deal between fee and me, for even now I put myself to fly direction, and unspeak mine own detractions, and here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, have scarcely coveted what is mine own, have at no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than in life. What I am is fine, and my country is to command. Whither indeed before I hear approach, old Seward and 10,000 men were seated at a point. Now wheel together, and our chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile. See who comes here.
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Sir,
I know him now. Good God betimes removes the means that makes a stranger.
Stands Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country almost referred to itself. It cannot be called our mother without grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked. Where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's there is there, scarce asked for, when good men's lives expire, before the flowers in their caps, dying all ere they seek him.
Your relation too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth peace the speaker. Each minute dims a new one.
How was my wife?
Why, well,
And all my children?
well, too.
The tyrant not battered
No,
their
they were well
peace.
at peace when I did get there.
Be not a nigger of your speech, how goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumour of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland will create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England have lent us old Stuart and 10,000 men. A better and older soldier none than Christendom gives out.
I would have answered this, come forth with the like. But I have words to be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not ledge them.
What concern they? The general cause? Is it fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind, that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quick, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess I.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babe savagely slaughtered, to relate the manner whereto, at the death of you.
Merciful heavens. What man? Ne'er pull your hat over your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overwrought heart and bids it break.
All my children, wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence my wife killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of this great revenge to cure a deadly grief.
He has no children. Did you say all? Oh, how come? All? All of my pretty chickens and head down at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But first I must feel it as a man. I can't but remember such things that were so precious to me. Oh, sinful Macbeth, they were slain for thee. Not that I am. Not for their own merit, but for mine fell slaughter upon their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blood not the heart, enrage it!
Oh, I can play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue.
Gentle heavens, cut short all intermission.
Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him, and if he escape, heaven forget him too!
Come, the time goes manly. Go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you and can find no truth in your report. When was it last you walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field. You've seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, afterwards read it, and then return to bed, while all this in most fast sleep.
Great preservation of your at once. Took the bed to sleep to the effect of watching. Tell me, in the slumbery agitation, besides her walking or any other actual performances, what have you heard her say?
That which I will not repeat after her.
You made to me. It is most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone having no witness to confirm her speech. Though you, here she comes. This is her guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her stand close.
How came I see that light?
Why, it stood by her, stands by her continually, is her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Her sense are shut.
Look, as she should us now, look as she rubs her hands.
It's an accustomed action to that. Seen thus washing her hands. They're going to continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet,
He is a smart
harsh speaks on says our punishment which remember more strongly.
Out! Don't! Put out, I say! One. should not. I know of that. Heaven knows what she is known. Is the smell of the blood still? Oh, perfumes of Arabia! Oh, not sweet to this little hand!
Silence. The heart is sorely charged.
I've not had such a heart. My bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well. Well. Well.
Great God, it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice, but I have known those that walked in their sleep and died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown, look not so pale. I tell you again, Bank was buried. She cannot have had toxic.
Even so,
To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Come, come, come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed.
will she now to bed? Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural thoughts, and to their death pillows they too beseech their secrets. What need she the divine in the position now? God. God forgive us all. Go to her. Remove all means of annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she is mated and amazed my sight, I think, but dare not speak.
Good night. Good doctor.
English powers near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macbeth. Revenge is burning, and their dear quarters were to the bleeding and the grim alarm, exciting not by man.
Near Burnham shall we well meet them, that way they are coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunson ain't he strong before supplies? Some say he's mad, others even investigating because valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within South rule. Now does he feel his secret murders
Stinking on his hands. Now immediately revolt, upbraid his faith, which those he command move on in command. Nothing enough. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a wolfish thief.
And then can blame his pestered senses to recoil and start when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there.
Well, march we on, to give obedience where it is truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs to dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood comes to visit end, I cannot take with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? Spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. for no man of woman born shall ever have power over thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I swear by, and the heart I bear, shall never sap with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where got thou that goose loon?
There's 10,000.
What, geese filling?
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overrend thy figure, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Patch?
The English force, sir, please you take my face hence.
Satan, I am sick of you. Satan! This push will achieve the effort or to seek me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sea of the ever will. And that which should become the old age is love, honor, obedience, troops and friends. I must not look down. But in their state, curses, not loud, but deep, mouth honour, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan, I say!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All's confirmed, patrols reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked, fettering my armour.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses, scur the country round, hand those that talk of fear. How goes that patient, Doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is kept from arrest by fit-coming fancies.
Cure. Canst thou not mince the poor mind with his needs? Look, from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse that stuff bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
That presentation, sir, must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs and none of it. Come, Satan, bring my armour. Send out. Doctor, the flames fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, Doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I shall applaud thee to the very echo that shall applaud again. Put on, I say. What rhubarb, sin, or what purgative would scour these English hens? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good sir. Your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring them off. I will not be afraid of death or pain till a burning wood comes to guilty me.
The rifle does aim far and clear. Dropped again should hardly dawn here.
Cousins, I hope the day is near at hand and the chambers will be safe.
We doubt nothing.
What wood is this before us?
Vernon.
Let every man hew down the bow and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery and report of us.
Shall we look?
We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Gunsnake and will endure our setting down before him.
Tis the main hope. Where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given them in the revolt. And none serve him now but constrain things whose hearts are absent too.
And not just censures a temperature event, but we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will, with due decision, make us know what we say we have and what we are. Though speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hung out our bonnets on the outward walls. Cries still they come. Our castle strength would laugh a siege to scorn. He let them lie till famine and ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them death. Beard to beard, and beat them backwards home.
What is that noise?
It's the cry of the women, my good lord.
almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been, my senses were cool to hear nightly. My fell of hair were at the dismal trees, roused and stirred as if life would. I have supped full of horrors. Dying is familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. Wherefore was I cried?
We, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to day till the last syllable. All our yesterdays have let it fall so late to sleep. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. Poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury. We'll be fighting off. How comes to use that tongue that story quickly?
Gracious my lord, I should have brought that which is there still, but I know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did see my lordship on the hill, I looked towards Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Lion and slayer!
Let me endure your wrath if it not be so. Within 3 miles you may see it coming, I say, a moving growth.
If thou speaks false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive, till famine cling thee. If thou speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost as much for me. I pull in resolution, and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood comes to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes to Dunsinane. Arm and out! If this which here lodges doth appear, there is no flying hence nor tarrying here. I begin to be weary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Blow wind, come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Throw down your leafy screens and show like those you are. You, worthy leader, shall with my cousin, your noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff, and we shall take on what else remains to do, according to our order.
Farewell. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak! Give them all breath! Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I can fly, but bear-like, I must fight the cause. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a man I am to fear, or not.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No, that I call thy son not a name than any in Canada.
My name's Macbeth.
Not even the devil could pronounce a title more hateful to my name.
No more thief.
No, thou liest, Warren Clement. This I am proof thou speakest.
Thou was born of woman. Swords I smile at. Weapons laughed to scorn, brandished by a man of woman born.
That way the noise is.
Tyrant! Show thy face!
If thou be slain with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched girls whose arms are high to bear their stains. And thou, Macbeth, on my brain I sheathe again undeeded. That is cut. One of great notes is rooted. Fortune find him, and more I beg not!
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's peaks on both sides do fight, and the noble thanes do bravely in war. The day almost itself confesses yours. It is to do.
We've met the foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir. Castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die upon mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gushes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back! My soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloody villain, the terms can give thee out!
Thou losest labour! As easy mayst thou the intrenchant air with thy keen sword impress, as make me bleed. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one woman born.
And to spare thy charm, and of the angel whom thou still hast served, tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath carved my bitter part of mine. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in a double sense. Keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield, ye coward, and live to be the show and the gaze of the time. We'll have you, as our rare monsters are, painted upon a pole and under it. Here, may you see the tyrant!
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, or be beaten with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham Wood may be hunted and slain, and our poorest being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Leon Macduff, and damn me him that first cries hold enough.
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go on, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply born.
Your son, and Macduff, is missing.
Your son, my lady, has paid the soldier's debt. He only lived, but he was a man the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought for like a man he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, but for them to have no end.
And he his hurts before.
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death. And so, his knell is none.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. And so, God be with him. Here comes new comfort.
Hail, King, so thou art. Behold where lies the usurper's cursed head. I shall see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, and speak salutations in my mind with those whose voices I desire loud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time. Before we shall reckon with several of your loves. There we shall make you even to us. What's more to do, which would be newly planted with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, 'tis thought, by self and violent hands took off their life. This, and what needful odds calls to us by the grace of grace, which we will perform, time, measure, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to all one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
And the grand total we have raised over the past 3 nights is £1,123. Generosity, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed it.
1 minute, we have something for our director.
On behalf of all the cast and crew, I want to say thanks to Helen, because this is all his vision, it's all like his effort, his patience, his understanding, and just his commitment to the text. So.